Hi, good morning. I'm so glad that you joined this morning. And I'm just so glad to just be able to have the opportunity to not only share with you just in the presence of God, but to invite you into a moment with God. This is our Coffee with God segment. This is where there's no conclusions. We can walk away from these moments without a concrete answer. The important part is that we have it. I have been all morning since I woke up. I've been listening over and over again to this song, Nothing Else, J.J. Harrison. And first of all, it's just an amazing song, I think. In the words, it's nothing else, nothing else. We want your glory, we want your power, and we'll take nothing else. We want your glory, we want your power, and we'll take nothing else. That's really been sitting with me and sitting me into a whole worship spiral, I got to tell you, because I have seen God's hand. And we all have seen God's hand. There's not one of us who can testify to the contrary. What in this season, though, and not just weather season, climate season, but I mean just of my life, I'm ready to experience God's glory. I'm ready to walk in relationship with God, so much so that the things that I have, what God has provided, is just a symptom. Because I've learned that the more God gives me, the more I want of him anyway. And so I've just been in that mode and in that moment. Lord, I want your glory, I want your power, and I'll take nothing else. At this point, Jesus alone, that's all I want. And I was reminded immediately of the prayer that Solomon prayed when he was building the temple in 2 Chronicles. And Solomon builds the temple, dedicates the temple to God, and Solomon makes his prayer, or he says his prayer to God, and God in response, verbatim, tells Solomon, yes, I'm going to do exactly what you said, verbatim. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse, let's start at 12. The Lord appeared to him, Solomon, at night and said, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place for myself as a temple for a sacrifice. I've heard your prayer. 13. When I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command locusts to devour the land, or send a plague among my people. God is talking verbatim. Solomon prayed this in just a chapter before. 14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will hear their land. 15. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers offered in this place. It's amazing that in a time like that, God hears Solomon. It's also amazing that God responds to Solomon verbatim. And it's also amazing that God has given an if-then statement. If you do, then I will. If you do, then I will. I like if-then statements from God because it leaves no room for second guessing. I don't have to guess what God wants. God ain't saying go on a 40-day fast, although that's great, right? If you do that, I would say it's a new year, it's, consecration time. So, God has not said if my people go on a 21-day fast. So thank you, Solomon. But Solomon is like, if we were to cry out to you in times of trouble, God, and we honor you, would you please? And God is saying, yes, this is a good deal. No, this deal works for me. If you, in times of trouble, if you cry out to me, were to repent, were to turn from your wicked ways, were to come back to me, I will forgive you and I will heal your land. Truth. That's deep. That's deep. God, we've seen what you can do with your hand. My prayer in my Coffee with God segment today is that we experience your glory, that we experience your power, so much so that there is nothing else that we desire.